Now, this story is both terrifying and heartbreaking. A doctor and father of three died as a hero. He was unfortunately snatched by a 16-foot crocodile after he saved his wife's life from the beast. Reportedly, 40-year-old Dave Hogbin was a doctor from Newcastle, and he fell into some crocodile-infested waters when a river bank collapsed. This was while he was on a camping trip to Queensland State with his wife and three children. Reportedly, they had three young sons, as you can see pictured here. This was on Saturday just after 2 p.m. and it says they were out fishing together. It was said that even though Dave was tall, strong, and fit, the conditions of the terrain meant that he was unable to get himself out of the water. It was said that his wife tried to rescue him, but she soon also started to sink into the riverbank. He reportedly fell at a location called Crocodile Bend, which is said to be a very popular tourist site where tourists can see large crocodiles. Wildlife rangers ended up euthanizing a 16-foot crocodile that's huge. And that was in a creek about 2.5 miles away from where Dave disappeared. Authorities then discovered that human remains were indeed inside the crocodile, and they were identified as Dave's. This is so tragic and heartbreaking. It was said that his final decisive and heroic act was to let go of his wife's arm when he realized she was falling in because he didn't want her to fall in with him. That was despite knowing that she was his only lifeline. Within moments, he was taken by the crocodile. That is absolutely heartbreaking and so sad and horrifying, and I just can't even imagine. Now, I know his wife obviously was right there. I read in some places that his kids were too, that they did witness it. But then I read in other places that they didn't, so I can't confirm either way. His wife, who is now said to be very heartbroken, and I can imagine wants to put a face to the tragedy. She stated that he saved her and that his last act here on earth was to not pull her in with him. She stated that she's glad she's still here because it could have been way worse for everyone involved, not just their boys. But their sons could have been without both parents. Reportedly, their sons are ages 2, 5, and 7, and now they have to grow up without a father. Also read that his death comes after a 12-year-old girl was snatched by a crocodile. This was while she was swimming with her family in a creek in the neighboring Northern Territory, and that was on July 2nd. Reportedly, her remains were found 14 days later, and wildlife rangers had to shoot dead a 14-foot crocodile to get her remains. I meant to say earlier that this occurred in Australia. Reportedly, this is the third fatal crocodile attack in Australia this year. This is so super sad. My heart and prayers definitely go out to his wife and 3 boys. Can't even imagine watching that happen. I can imagine both he and his wife were absolutely terrified. He died a hero though, and that's what he'll always be known for. Guys, I say this all the time. You just truly never know when your last day on earth will be. These freak occurrences really make you start thinking about that. 2 things to remember. First, be careful. And second, live life to the fullest. Always.